Hello. If you're like me, you watch YouTube all the time and you gather an insane amount of nerd knowledge. So, uh, I apologize for the low quality. I mean, sometimes they annoy me. People comment on YouTube about low quality, but still, this is very low quality. I apologize for that. I'm just starting right now. So, if you do me a generous favor and subscribe, I promise more stuff will happen. My name is Elijah. Like my username, that is my mother's. And if you're like me, you are incredibly excited for the newest film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Avengers 2: Age of Ultron. Definitely by far the most anticipated big one. So, let me give you a retrospective of the Avengers in their entirety. Now, this may not be all the members. If I miss any, tell me down in the comments below. So, let's start. But before I get on, I'm going to tell you some retrospective. In the 1960s, DC had an amazing idea where they would put their greatest superheroes together, which were incredibly more popular than their old book, The Justice Society, the Justice League of America. So, with that, Jack, an executive down at Marvel, he was friends with the guy who would always brag about it, so he decided to create his own team of superheroes. Now, this is not the Avengers, but Fantastic Four. They took Stan Lee, who was about to quit at the time, to write this last comic book, and then he could retire. He wrote Fantastic Four, and from Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, and basically everyone else from Marvel, except for Captain America, Human Torch, and Namor the Submariner. We'll get on to Captain America soon. So, I'm going to tell you the original line. So, with all this, Marvel had come to an amazing fan demand for a Justice League like theirs because of all their famous superheroes, so they could save money on comic books. So, allow me to give you the full rundown of the Avengers. Now let's start off with Iron Man. In 2008, two of the greatest comic book movies came out that year, Iron Man and The Dark Knight. Now, they both could have started a DC and Marvel franchise, but one thing happened at the end credit scene of Avengers that promised us something great. Iron Man, that promised something great. An Avengers movie that we would get a Hulk, Captain America, and a Thor movie to balance this all out. So, like the comic books. So the promise of the cinematic universe was laughed at by DC, and that's what's ultimately led them up to playing catch-up like they are now. And I like both. But, so, let's go now. So Iron Man, original origins is that Tony Stark was an executive at Stark Industries who inherited from his father. When during the Vietnam conflict he got injured and had a special pacemaker put in that would hold shrapnel that he got blown in with. So he used this new mentality that he found in a new life and his massive amounts of money to make the first Iron Man armor. Prior to contrary belief, the first Iron Man armor was silver and bulky. With that in mind, the next Avenger we're going to talk about is Thor. First appeared in Journey into Mystery 83. Who in that particular one, Thor is very different from his origin. In the films, Thor was a weak doctor. Thor was a weak doctor named Donald Blake, who just so happened to found Thor's hammer in the middle of an alien invasion from people from Jupiter. Not sure if it's Jupiter. So, yeah, his origins drastically changed in the movies. Ant-Man, who if you know about classic comic books from Marvel, you know that they started printing these monster stories, like, until, to astonish, they made a guy told the story of Hank Pym who took a serum and shrank down and had an ant pick him up. The idea was like a similar monster horror book, but still we thought it'd be a cool idea to turn her into a superhero, so he did. Anyway, so then there came Janet Van Dyne, who always puzzled me. Stan Lee has said in numerous interviews that he hates sidekicks and thinks they detract from the actual superhero, and it often gives me an odd, like, thing with it. It's just like, the creator, my opinion, my personal thoughts, I always thought he tried to create a sidekick who would be seen as an equal, but that's just my thoughts. Anyways, Janet Van Dyne later became the sidekick to Ant-Man. So, with these 4 superheroes, 5, again, apologize for any mistakes, just please come in the comments about this kind of stuff. So, let's get back on. So with this in mind, Stan Lee took some of the greatest superheroes from Marvel Comics, the ones I just mentioned previously, and put them into the Avengers. You started out with Hulk to be difficult. Then he put Iron Man to supply them with money. Then he put in Thor because he could always use more great power. Then he threw in Ant-Man and Wasp just for a certain reason. Again, even back then, nobody respected Ant-Man. That might change it in the movie, who knows. So, with this in mind, the first Avengers were formed. This was the group. They fought against Loki. Yes, that Loki. Oh no, that guy just pointed. Stupid. So, with that in mind, the Avengers were formed. The greatest superheroes in the world were formed. Earth's mightiest heroes. The invincible Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, the incredible Thor, Hulk, Iron Man, Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, or Ant-Man, Wasp, all formed the first Avengers team.
We can avenge the wrongs caused by all these villains. We can be Avengers.
With this, the Avengers became a decent sized book. The first book is one of highest with Marvel the Mighty High, a Spider-Man with until issue number 4, when they introduced a critical component into the Avengers. They were the greatest superheroes created by Marvel or Timely Comics, we called back then. So, they're added Captain America, one of the greatest superhero teams ever created, and one of my personal favorites. From that point on, Captain America was needed with the Avengers, because at that point, Thor was acting a little bit, well, God, Iron Man kind of unlikable, Ant-Man, Wasp is a relatable character. He's a Daisy rushing over Thor, and Hulk is a monster. Nobody can really kill monsters unless he's in Spanish. Even Kid tried the most, like, kind of annoying. That's why Captain America was needed with the team. He became, to this day, in the cinematic universe, he is thought of as a founding member, even though he was a Captain America is one of the greatest Avengers ever, if not the greatest. So, what am I complaining about? He was a critical component to the Avengers, creating some of the greatest storylines there is. So, with that in mind, there later were other attempts to put more Avengers in. The latest attempt was Wonder Man. No, not that one. Not Wonder Woman. No. Wonder Man. It's different. Wonder Man's powers was incredible durability, and he was rich like Iron Man, and was actually a competitor of Stark Industries. Wonder Man was introduced in Avengers issue number 9, immediately to be killed off at the end of the issue. It's for him, doesn't it? Wonder Man, though, was a traitor was given the powers by Baron Zemo to infiltrate the Avengers and try to destroy them. Now, after a while, there were questions on how the Avengers could be doing this one thing and then being on the team at the same time. So Stan Lee decided to do something drastic, and it became one of the first controversial moments in comic books. So this was the first time that something that happens every other week became big. This was big. So what happened was that all the founding members, Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, Ant-Man, and Wasp, left. Captain America was still on the team, and he decided to recruit villains to become heroes. One was Hawkeye, who we all famously remember for Avengers. Thor, nobody cares about Hawkeye. Who was originally an Iron Man villain, and decided to become good when his friend the Black Widow got injured and supposedly killed. I say supposedly because she obviously became injured. Then there were Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, who were already getting introduced in the next film, and Quicksilver already made an appearance in X-Men Days of Future Past. So, with that in mind, it may have been controversial, but it added something to the book. It was unpredictable. Nobody knew what happened next, and that is what made the book so interesting. Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, I forgot to mention this, were the son and daughter of Magneto and X-Men. Nobody cares about that. And so, the next recruit of the Avengers is a certain one, the Swordsman, who trained Hawkeye. Yeah, he was an Avenger for very little. In fact, he was taken out. One point, Hawkeye became Goliath. That is weird. So it seems the Avengers would never really have a particular group. But they all eventually brought back Ant-Man and Wasp, they already went through 100 costume changes. So, with that in mind, I don't understand with that kind of offer, just bear with me. Swordsman was unpopular. Now it would be 25 issues before another member was joined. It would be Hercules, who was basically like number 4. I don't know. So Hercules was, well, but Next Avenger was very popular. It was Black Panther, Wakanda Pride. So, with Black Panther was also very popular in the 70s stuff. Black Panther, Black Panther was a black superhero. A lot of people can relate to him. He was the first black superhero in comic books. Notice how I say black, because he's African, not African American. He's not American, so he can't be called African American. Next is one of my personal favorites, The Vision. The Vision is one of my personal favorites. Just, there's something I like about him. I really like robot guys. He joined Avengers issue number 58, and has since then become one of the most popular members, appearing in countless, appearing in the animated movie Avengers Heroes, Next Avengers Heroes of Tomorrow, the horrendous X-Men United They Stand, the amazing Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and also the new Avengers movie coming out next year. Now, I know I'm already on topic, but before I leave the 60s, I want to also touch on the Marvel superhero show. Now, with the, I don't know how many episodes were produced with the Avengers in them, but the first appearance of the Avengers in this particular cartoon show was in Hulk, was in the Incredible Hulk cartoon show, where they adapted issue 2, The Space Phantom. So they did a bunch of episodes. Most notably is that they stopped being on Hulk and Thor, and just kept being directed Captain America. Because at the time, Captain America was the only one who had his own cartoon. They also featured, fact about this cartoon, it featured the first ever on-film appearance of the X-Men, like many Marvel cartoon characters, comic book characters. Next recruit was Black Knight, who joined in Avengers issue 71. There is no description on him on Wikipedia, which is why I see my eyes fail. Next one to join, the first member who joined in the 70s was Black Widow. Black Widow, Natasha Romanoff, joined in Avengers 101. Current member of the Secret Avengers and main Avengers team, also featured in the movie. Up to this point, Natasha Romanoff was a spy, somewhat of Captain America enemy, I think. I don't really know, and I don't really care. Next was an interesting thing, the Beast, which is an odd thing, because he was an X-Men. Probably due to low sales of old X-Men comics, which have been taken up by the Uncanny X-Men story, featuring all of the classic characters that you and me both love. Next was Moondragon. I don't know who she is. Let me go back. I'm sorry. I don't know what this one is. I can't find any information on this one, so please do not bother. Please look it up. I'm sorry, I have no relationship. I have no knowledge about this character. Look her up on Wikipedia or Marvel database or whatever you want. So, then was Hellcat, originally given a proper property status in Avengers 140, February 1976. Two-gun kit, which he's just lame. This guy's lame. I wouldn't be surprised if he got kicked out of the Avengers and read all the comics. Next, then came sorry. Next came Miss Marvel, who's one of my favorite Marvel superheroines. Not the drug, before you call female superhero. So, the reason why she's one of my favorites is that she kind of broke the bond of a female superhero. She wasn't just the opposite sex clone like so many like Supergirl or Batgirl. She actually broke the bonds and became an actual superheroine, separate entirely from her preceded Captain Marvel. and actually became Captain Marvel. That's awesome, if you ask me. The last recruit was Falcon, who was famously introduced in Captain America the Winter Soldier last year. Here, so, with this, we now go on to Wonder Man, who actually joined up. Somehow he survived. I don't know how he did. Originally given a proper status in Avengers 158, April 1977, founding West Coast member, former leader of the Revengers, current member of the Avengers Unity Squad. Tigra, who former teacher at Avengers Academy. She-Hulk. Now, She-Hulk is, well, everyone knows She-Hulk, you know, she's basically like, imagine Hulk, but with tits. Captain Marvel, the real Captain Marvel, the male one, originally made member in training in Avengers 227, January 86. Active plans on Avengers Unplugged, current member of the Mighty Avengers as Spectrum Starfox. Don't know who that guy is. His Wikipedia page says he belongs to She-Hulk. Namor, who was, Prince Namor, the Submariner, current member of the Illuminati, the Invaders. Now, Namor was not created by Stan Lee, and he said in an interview that he wished he did. Fun fact, Namor had his own cartoon show at one point. Look it up. So, Dr. Some sort of Doctor Strange character, I don't know. We'll get to Doctor Strange, these are all in order. So a lot of the 80s recruits were kind of meh. This is when the Avengers were losing steam as the popular ones. In pre-Inferno, Demolition Man, another very forgotten one, presumably killed in Avengers 351. Then, something weird happened. All the Fantastic Four were recruited on to the Avengers, which is very weird. It is odd. I don't know what happened. Tell me in the comments. And there was U.S. agent who was pretending to be Captain America, but was really a failed success. So then there was Quasar. But before I get on to Quasar, his U.S. agent's real name is John Frank Welker, who you may know as the voice of Megatron, Dr. Claw, and a bunch of others. But on to the real. My poster just fell down. I'm sorry, this is so unprofessional. Then there was Sirius, who, she has some sort of, I don't say her powers. I don't know. Let's see. So then there was, Stingray, who's, I'm not really know much about these characters. I think, so basically, I'm guessing since his name's Stingray, I guess he has zapping powers or something, I don't know. He appears in the Iron Man episode Armor Wars Part 2, voiced by Tom Kane. Now, the UN recruits, 1991 to 1992. Yes, finally, after all this time, Spider-Man officially joins the Avengers. Yes. Also, Sandman who never gained full membership, resigned in Amazing Spider-Man Volume 2, current member of the Sinister Six. Rage, who was I don't know, Rage, it's pretty truthfully. Again, I'll put a link to all these people in the comments. Then there is Machine Man. Machine Man, who is, basically, recently they released a Marvel Legends figure of him. Basically explain, I'm guessing he's a robot, basically. Now, sorry, I'm completely theme. Sorry, I should keep it on. So, then there's Living Lightning. Again, I don't know who many of these characters are. I'm giving you a fair warning. I don't know who some of these guys are. Here came Spider-Woman, who I'm guessing does not have much of a... I'm guessing there's not much, you know... it's not much... I guess he's not made Spider-Man 6 shooter with these weird things. You know, it was Arachne, who... It was like basically female Venom, supposed to be Venom, but with Venom there was a lot of disturbing technology for it. There's Crystal. Crystal possesses the power to manipulate the classic four elements, originally the girlfriend of the Human Torch, the girlfriend of the Avenger, the Serenity, is later married Quicksilver and had a daughter named Nina, that was the granddaughter of Magneto. Crystal and the pair during the marriage. She trembles to love, and eventually the marriage is eliminated from the marriage to growingly accuser of the Queen. So I found these times where the powers are. Section Thunderstrike, aka Thor 2. Another Thor? Yeah, another Thor. One Thor's enough. You're like, I like this Thor. Another! They put him down. That would have been stupid. It was Darkhawk too. I don't know much about Darkhawk. But I know the MCU looks pretty awesome. So, then there was Justice. Justice will join as reserve member, provide full status in Avengers Volume 3, Issue 7, formerly a teacher at Avengers Academy, current member of the New Warriors. Firestar joined as reserve member for full status, retired in Civil War, later served as a member of the Young Allies, currently an active hero, currently a member of the X-Men. If you don't know who Firestar is, that name sounds familiar. She's one of Spider-Man's amazing friends. 3D Man. That's all I need to say. Sounds exactly. Silver Claw joined as a reserve member. Let me check out his powers. She actually notice her powers. Again. Jack of Hearts. So now that I'm going into 1998 characters, I must say something. And I have to talk about all the Avengers related media. At the time, there was a horrendous cartoon called Avengers Unite They Stand. It had decent animation, decent voice acting, one thing killed it. No Captain America, no Hulk, no Thor, no Iron Man. That, you just killed it, man. You just killed it. You just kill it. Now, so with this, you know, that's like, you know, none of the movies would be successful. They completely did the opposite of what the Avengers are. Marvel's most popular superheroes, all in one. I admit that they might have trying to do West Coast, but seriously, that's just the worst thing you can do, is like not put in like the fact, like, not put them in. I know Iron Man was a C-list character. Hulk was still popular. You know, part of these supposedly. So, oh, Ant-Man, the second Ant-Man, Scott Lang. Now I'm just trying to use something over the years. Ant-Man kind of went through an identity crisis. First it was Ant-Man. Then it was Giant Man. Then Goliath. Then the Yellow Jackets. And then Wasp. And then that's just not. He went through kind of an identity crisis. So while he was going around being Yellow Jacket, Batmaning around, Scott Lang actually took up the mantle of Ant-Man, and Scott Lang will be the Ant-Man in the movie. Now we have Captain Britain. I say, made an honorary member as King's Langley is full member as Captain Britain. She is one of only two members of the being Henry Pym to have Avengers status both in their civilian and superhero business. I'm pretty sure she appeared in the cartoon, I'm just not sure which. I'm sorry, I'll never do that again. Why did I do that? That sucks. Right. No, she appeared to be. No, she wasn't on until I could have sworn I saw something. Yeah. Listen. Now, here are the new Avengers. Luke Cage, one of everyone's favorite, a fan favorite, former leader of the New Avengers, left the team in Avengers Volume 2, current leader of the Mighty Avengers, the Avengers title. Luke Cage is one of my favorites. He just is. You know, he's just one of, I don't know why, he's just so cool. Then, there was everyone's favorite X-Men. Now, Nostalgia Critic once says that Wolverine is one of the most badass characters ever created. I don't agree with him. I mean, I agree, of course I do. Just that, like, something about him. They get a he jumps around in yellow spandex, wears poorly cut Mickey Mouse wears. They got an Australian Broadway singer to play him in the movie, and he's still freaking badass. I don't know why. There's not one thing that Wolverine has not been in that he is not badass. So, Sentry. The Sentry was created by Jane Lee, who has a lot of prominent stuff going on. But Sentry is one of those, like Superman almost, looks like Superman. He's one of those characters who is like the archetype of a superhero. Like when you think of superheroes, basically Sentry fits that stereotypical. Echo, also known as Ronin, made her first appearance in Daredevil Volume 2, created by Marcho. She's Native American and one of very few deaf comic book characters. So then we have became a member of the Dark Avengers, killed in Siege. Mira Cho helped assemble the New Avengers. Joseka was recruited. Statue Cassian Lang killed in Avengers: The Children's Crusade. Vision 2. There must be another Vision. The Captain America, the second Captain America. Spider-Woman, Jessica Drew. Valkyrie, who is a sidekick of Thor, hails from Asgard. So, Agent 13. Nova, the third Ant-Man. Apparently, people like being Ant-Man. Iron Fist. Power Woman, aka Jewel. Flux. Protector. aka Marvel Boy, Doctor Strange, one of everyone's favorite, Red Hulk. Now let me do you a favor. Red Hulk is basically like the general that everyone that hates the Hulk after that he almost died in an accident. He basically went nuts, and he basically tried to recreate the Hulk experiment, turning himself into the Red Hulk. Apparently Gamma can turn you into all different colors of the rainbow. Daredevil. Everyone knows Daredevil. No notes. Storm. Yes, everyone's favorite. Captain Britain. The second Captain Britain. Venom. Oh, I think I forgot Mantis too. I think she also joined. I forgot to mention her. Marvel now recruits Havoc. You may remember him as from the last one, Cannonball, X-Men, Sunspot, Man-I-Ford. A lot of these are mutant. Captain Universe. That's the lamest name for a superhero ever. That's a Rogue, Sunfire, Doombot, Victor, Hyperion, who looks like he might be. Yeah, Hyperion. I could have sworn I've heard that name before. It's gonna kill me if I don't. Infinity recruits Abyss. Abyss. They don't say anything about Abyss. Ex-Nero, Nightmask, Starblend, Alex the Protector, Ronin, Blue Marvel, Power Man, the second Power Man, and White Tiger. Avengers Now, 2014 to present. Crew. Honorary, Rick Jones, Captain Marvel, Weezer, Moribund, Shroud, Majora, Yellow Jacket, Swordsman, Mira, Death Crime, Mystique, Iron Man, Nova, whatever, man. Guardians of the Galaxy, all the Guardians of the Galaxy, Yondu, Matrix, Charlie 27, Nikki, Starhawk, Adagirgrug, Young Avengers, Hawkeye, the second Hawkeye, Hulkling, who Speed, Wiccan, Avengers 3rd grade, Fizzle, Hamlet, Nezek, Reptile, Striker, Lightspeed, X-23, Infiltrators, Ronin, Mockingbird, Anti-Vision, Spider-Woman, Scarlet Witch, Black Ant, Spider-Man, the second Spider-Man, Octavius. Other items, I think I might cover this one. Nick Fury, Dum Dungan, Sabretooth, Demonic Fortune, Nova, Calvin the Hunter, Blood Sheep, Silver Slade, Led Phantom, Great Lake Avengers, who were like, just look up that Angry Geeks review. That Angry Geeks review. That Angry. I don't know his name. Mystery Immortal, Deathstar, Big Bertha, Flatman, Doorman, Hawkeye, Mockingbird, Squirrel Girl, Monkey Joe, Grasshopper, Tippy Toe, Grasshopper again, Deadpool, Grasshopper again for the third time, Gravity, Leatherboy, Grasshopper again. A lot of grasshoppers here now. Avengers Resistance. Sorry if I get less in depth. So this has been Justice, Night Thrasher, Reg, Scarlet Spider, Slapstick, Ultra Girl, Jupiter, Tiger, Gauntlet, Himato, Diamondback. Astonishing Avengers, which had Magneto assemble a group of Absorbent Man, Carnage, Deadpool, Doctor Doom, Enchantress, Hobgoblin, Jack-O-Lantern. That's a pretty awesome group. And, so there are the next, and now this video is already dragging on very long. I apologize for it. Just keep going. There are a lot of Avengers I need to cover. Next A is Singer, Mainframe, Reserve members, All Girl, the Mighty, Black Knight, Cool Tiger, Earth Serenity, Spider-Girl, the daughter of Spider-Man. There are a lot of Avengers, Dark Avengers, Dark Avengers, Iron Patriot, Norman Osborn, the Spider-Man, which is Mac Hogan, Miss Marvel, Hawkeye, Wolverine, Captain Marvel, Erase the Serenity Now. These are all copies. Another Wolverine, Thompson Earl, Scar, Hawkeye, Spider-Man again, Scarlet Witch, Thor, which is really Ragnarok, and U.S. Agent, Blacklight, daughter of Pantheon, Cool Tiger, son of Black Panther, Earth Serenity, son of Giant Man, Bill Foster, Spider-Girl, and Force Works, Great Lake Avengers, Marvel Avengers, Mighty Avengers, Next Avengers, Avengers Heroes of Tomorrow, if you want to count those. There were a lot of Avengers, so much I can't even cover here. So many Ultimates, who the movie is partly based on. Young Avengers, West Coast Avengers, list of West Coast, Secret Avengers, the Avengers. So many, you can count any superhero in the Marvel canon as an Avenger. It's like the Justice League, too many Avengers. Alright, I need to take a break from all this. I just really do. Excuse me for a minute. I'll be right back. So, I think it's time I should talk about this. I think I should talk about Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, which is one of my favorite cartoons of all time. Favorite series. Alright, so Avengers image. So let me just read the Wikipedia page. So, Marvel Entertainment launched a new alternate Marvel Universe. The series began. So Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes begins with 72 of the world's most dangerous supervillains, and mysteriously freed from the vault, the cube, the big house, and the raft. 5 of Earth's Mightiest Heroes assembles a conquering alliance called the Avengers. The Avengers team is compiled of other characters, featuring Avengers, the original and main Avengers. In the season finale, it is revealed that Thor's adopted brother Loki was responsible for the breakout. Commissioner saved the Master of Evil. Season 2, basically, all this, let's not play. Season 2 was good. They commissioned it in 2008, Marvel Animation. They commissioned it as a Hulk series called Gamma Corps. The production got so extensive that they decided to make it a straight-up Avengers cartoon. Unfortunately, the series was great. It featured all of the Avengers, adapted straight from the comic books, and went straight in. Unfortunately, it was cancelled way too early. So, now let's talk about the Avengers, Ultimate Avengers movie. The 2. There was Ultimate Avengers 1, which saw the Avengers battle the Sentry. Yes, the Sentry from the movie. Had them fight it, and basically we told the story from the Avengers. There's number 2 told basically when the Sentry survived, went to Wakanda. 2's bad. I'm sorry, it's bad. So on to the Avengers movie. Avengers movie was promised in 2008 and was completely delivered. Marvel could have beaten them because in the same year they had The Dark Knight, which was one of the best comic book movies ever. But instead of making a second Superman movie the year later, they didn't. Avengers has gotten to the point where DC cannot beat them. They're basically like, you know, that on your left chair from Winter Soldier? Basically that at this point. Well, let me wrap this up. This video was... How long is this video going for? Oh. Well, thank you for all of those who watched. Thank you for all those who did this. I'm glad that you decided to give me the time of your day to watch this. I'm just someone who wants to make a start on YouTube. I have so many great ideas I would love to bring. Please like, if you want, subscribe. I promise, I swear these will get better. Check out, I'm going to start a new channel called Satellite Productions with interesting and amazing new content. Also some projects coming up that are really interesting. I'm a huge fan of the Avengers. Over the years, the Avengers have had a lot of incarnations and a lot of members. Some good, some bad. What we can do is unite as fans and say that we as fans are treated well and not respected by the respected. The fans have come so long since the 60s. We have watched these comic book characters almost become like real people to us. I know it sounds corny as it is, but it's like to us, we've seen this group evolve, change, and even come to the big screen. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe. Thank you for sitting through it. I cannot thank you enough if you watched it. Alright.